to today's video. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial today, and I'm so excited about this fall makeup, like the trends that come around every year, like the warm tones, the berry lips, like I just love it so much. Hopefully you guys do too. So I kind of want to incorporate like all of the trends, you know, like the darker eyes and the darker lips and more of like a mattified skin. So that is what I created today, and I'm actually doing this video in collaboration with my friend here on YouTube. Her name is Cameron Mays, and she is such a sweetheart. I will leave her channel down below so you guys can go check her out and subscribe to her channel. She's so good at makeup, and she's just really, really sweet. I'm just really excited to be filming this today, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. And if you do, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I post new videos every single week, and you don't want to miss out on any of this funness. Come on. I will say I'm like all over the place today. Like I use so many different like eyeshadow palettes and everything. I do apologize for that, but it was just like I was looking at everything I had, and I didn't have just like one palette that I could create like this whole look. So I am gonna go ahead and say this is like I said, all over the place, and this is a very dramatic look. Like this took me a while to create. So this isn't like a 5-minute makeup routine or anything. This is definitely like a full face of makeup, but I think it looks really good. So I think it was worth the time and effort that I put in for this look. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna stop rambling now, and we're gonna get to beating that face. Hey guys, so I'm gonna start off by putting tape from my eyes up to my eyebrow, just so I can be as messy with my eyeshadow as I want, and it'll still come out very crisp and clean. And then I'm gonna prime my eyelids with some concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is just gonna act as like an eyeshadow base, just so everything will go on nice and smooth and blend out really nicely. I'm just gonna blend that out with my dry beauty blender, and then I will go in and set that concealer with just this bone shade from the Carli Bybel palette. This is just gonna set down that concealer, so when we go in with like our other transition shades and crease colors and all of that stuff, it'll just blend really nicely. It won't get like chunked up from the wet concealer, so this is gonna help dry it down and make everything blend seamlessly. I'm going to be taking Salted Caramel from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette as my transition shade today. And guys, I forgot how much I love this palette and how much I love this shade. It is so perfect for a transition color. It's just perfect. I can't say anything else. I'm taking this on a large fluffy blending brush and just dusting this in my crease and upper crease, just back and forth windshield wiper motions. And I will bring it onto my lid just a little bit. And then I'm going into my BH Cosmetics Neutral Eyes palette. I think that's what it's called. And I'm taking this shade, it's like a medium warm brown shade. They don't have names, so I'm just kind of trying to explain it to you guys. And I'm taking it on the same brush and just basically going right over top that Salted Caramel, just to give it some more warmth and dimension and depth. Just, I don't know, just to make it look good. You know how it is. Next, I'm taking Seinna by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is seriously one of my favorite shadows of all time. It is such a beautiful, warm brown, like almost like a brick color. I am so in love with it. I'm taking this again on that same large fluffy blending brush and just dusting this again over the other colors, and again bringing it down a little bit more onto my lid, just so everything is just got like a nice buildup of colors. I think all of these colors mesh so well together, and it just screams fall to me. Then I'm taking Orange Soda by Anastasia Beverly Hills as well on an IT Cosmetics number 12 brush. I'm placing this like directly in my upper crease just to kind of lighten it up a little bit and make the other shadows blend together, because I felt like it looked a little too harsh. And this will just add a little bit more warmth to it with it having like that orange undertone. I just think it came together really nicely. Going into my Carli Bybel palette, I'm taking this really deep brown shade, and I'm placing this directly on the outer portion of my eye and almost like winging it out. I focus it really on the outer portion and then bring it up into the crease ever so slightly, and then I will take it like against the tape, so I'll kind of like taper it out and make it look like I have a wing going on, but it's really just like eyeshadow. And for the star of the show, my favorite shadow of this look, I'm taking this like olivey khaki shimmery shadow, and I'm first wetting my brush with the MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm packing this all over my lid with just like a flat brush. I just really like to apply lid colors with a flat brush. I feel like you get the most color payoff, and especially when you wet the brush, you get a lot more of like the shimmer coming through. I really did like that shadow by itself for the lid, but I wanted it to be a little extra. So I went back in with my Carli Bybel palette and took like this champagne-y gold color and packed it right over top of that green shimmer shadow. I just felt like it made it pop so much more, and I'm just so in love with how those colors layered together. So I'm taking the same brush, I wet it again, and just packing it right over that khaki olive color. Then I just took off the tape, and you can see how like crisp the eyeshadow looks. That's why I love using tape. It's such a foolproof way to get really nice precise shadows. And then I'm going to take my Stila Stay All Day black liquid liner and just wing out my eyeliner as usual. To be honest, I really don't wing out my eyeliner that much anymore, but I just felt like it was necessary for this look, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Moving to the face, I'm going to color correct underneath my eyes. I'm using the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, which is just like a peachy pink color corrector that's going to counteract any darkness. I'm taking this on like a Tarte brush, and I have no idea what this brush is supposed to be used for, but I use it for color correcting. I'm just going to dab this under the eyes, and then I will go in with my concealer, and I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And guys, I am so in love with this concealer. It is so freaking good and full coverage and hydrating, but not too greasy. So I'm just drawing this in a downward triangle motion as normal. I will put some on my chin, around like the sides of my nose, and then on my forehead. And then I'm going to go in and blend that out with my dry beauty sponge. I have talked about this in a couple of videos. I absolutely love the coverage you get with a dry beauty sponge instead of using it wet. So that's just what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to go in and set that concealer with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And instead of baking, I'm not taking as much powder as I normally do. I'm just taking a little bit and just pressing it into the skin to set the concealer, but it's not going to be like too much to where I have to wipe off the excess. So like I said, I'm not baking, I'm just pressing it into the skin. Next, I'm going in with one of my favorite products at the moment. This is the e.l.f. Bronzer Palette. I'm just going to mix the top two shades together, and I'm going to take this on my Elizabeth Arden face brush and just bronze up the skin, really. I haven't been contouring in forever, but I do almost feel like this brush makes me look contoured. Like, it is just so foolproof and flawless at applying bronzer. I wish I could find this in stores. It came in like a holiday kit or whatever, but I'm just bronzing up the skin, giving it some life because it's looking a little pale. I will also take some on like an angled eyeshadow brush and run it down the sides of my nose just to make it appear a little bit slimmer and just kind of contour it a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the Becca Cosmetics Amaretto blush. This is from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And this is just like a duo fiber brush. I've been kind of testing out new ways of applying blush, and I don't know how I feel about this one, but that's just what I'm using today. And then for highlight, of course, I'm going to be using the Champagne Pop because I don't use anything else. I swear to you guys, that's like literally the only highlighter I ever use. I'm taking it on a Smashbox fan brush and just dusting this on the high points of my cheekbones and run it down the center of my nose as well. Then moving back to the eyes, I'm going to take my Essence Cosmetics white eye pencil and just line my inner waterline just to open up the eyes and make them appear more bright and open. And then I wanted to keep the lash line on my lower lash line very simple, so I just went back in with Salted Caramel from the Too Faced palette and just smoked it out just a little bit just to give it a little dimension and color down there, but nothing too dramatic. To highlight my inner corners, I took that pinky champagne shade from the Carli Bybel palette. It's like the actual highlighter, and just took this on the e.l.f. brush. I think it's just like an angled eye definer brush, and just dusted this into my inner corner just to brighten up the eyes and just finish off the eye look. And then I'm taking my Stretch X Stretch Lash Effect mascara. That is such a long name, but it is my favorite lower lash mascara, and just coating my bottom lashes per usual. I went ahead and did my brows and added lashes off camera. I will list everything I use down below. And now I'm just lining my lips with my favorite lip liner of all time. It is the MAC Strip Down Liner. I'm just overlining my lips a little bit. I'm not going to completely fill them in just because I haven't been doing that in a while, but that's beside the point. And then I'm going over top of that with the Tarte Cosmetics Praise Lip Tint. This is such a beautiful like nude brown berry color. It shows up a little bit more berry on camera than it did in real life, but that's okay. And that is it for this look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my fall tutorial. tutorial and leave me any suggestions or comments down below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.